they said that the way that you get understanding of these scriptures, you gotta keep the law, man.
Man cannot deliver us in any type of way. Only God can deliver us.
Is the cause and Jesus coming right in front of you.
There's 613 commandments, not just 10. The Most High God said, if you reject Him, He will reject you. If you don't want to receive and do the law, statutes, and commandments.
Shalom, shalom. We're the house of Israel, bringing out these law, statutes, and commandments to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, talking to our people to wake them up, to come back to these law, statutes, and commandments so that they could be saved out of the tribulation that's about to happen to this planet. And we pray that you listen and hearken to what we have to say, because what we're bringing out today is going to be so impactful for your soul's sake. But you have to listen and understand what we're saying. Give me Isaiah 34.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it.
Now that's talking about everything. The things that crawl, the people that walk up and down, all these nations. It says come and hear what the Most High have to say. Because we're in the time of the end. Ain't nobody even tripping off what's happening over there in Ukraine with Russia. But all these things is about to go down. And when they happen, the Most High is going to laugh at your calamity. So we pray that you listen and hear and gain the understanding that we need. You don't have to walk away, sister. You can come through.
Come hear the word.
Come and hear the word of the Most High. Anyway, go ahead, brother. Chapter 2.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his spirit upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter.
Everybody that believe in all these nations and their war machines, the Most High done already destroyed them. They just don't know it yet. They're making all these false accusations. They don't even understand what they're doing. You got this weapon called CERN. You also got a weapon that China just put in the sky. People don't know that that's a weapon that they didn't create. But all these things is going to be brought on their heads soon as they mess around and think that they're going to be able to use it against the Most High. So we're here for our people to let you know to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments so that you can be saved from all this turmoil that's about to hit this planet.
That's right.
We just want you to listen. It's terrible what's about to go down. Here, read, brother.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of the carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
So that's letting you know when these CBMs start hitting, everything is going to be melting, and the funk that's going to be all over the planet going to be so cold you won't be able to breathe.
That's right.
But that's only to save you, those blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to come back to these scriptures. Come back to your first love. Walk away from all this folly, selling on the Sabbath. The day is the Sabbath day. We keep the Sabbath.
That's right.
And that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But instead, you're out here in folly, slinging things on the Sabbath. When he tell you, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, thy daughter, thy maidservant, nor thy manservant. All of you supposed to be honoring the Most High. But he's going to laugh at your calamity when all these things go down. Read.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 4.
Bring it out.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree.
Now when this sky crack, it's going to be too late. Right now you had an opportunity to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments and worship the Most High correctly by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Out of all the commandments, the one he tell you to remember most of all, remember the Sabbath day.
That's right.
And you're not doing it. So when all these things go down, he gonna laugh at your calamity. He gonna be over there holding his stomach, laughing so hard. Because he gonna be like, I tried to tell him, and we talking to our people, the 2/3 that refuse to come back to these scriptures.
Teach them, Mark.
It's just gonna be terrible. Read,
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Now, we know that Idumea is Edom.
That's right.
That's the so-called white man. He says his sword is going to be bathed in blood. How you doing, sister? Come on, listen to the word of the Most High. It's only for you. We here for you. How you doing, brothers? We here for y'all, man. Come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments before it be too late. Because it's happening. Everything is wrapping up. Anyway, you Israelites, brothers. It talks about Idumea. He said it's going to be, his sword is going to be bathed in blood. And then they talking about, and my curse, and the people of my curse. Do you know who the people of his curse is? That's Israel. The ones that refuse to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what's going to happen. You are his curse. Because you're the 2/3. You refuse to come back. So when that happens, how you doing, brother?
Hear the word.
Hear the word, man.
Give the scripture, man. Can you give the scripture?
There you go.
You know what happened?
Go!
You know what Jesus Christ looked like?
Because I'm an Israelite just like you, my brother.
You are?
I'm a Sabbath keeper. I'm 7-day Adventist.
You're 7-day Adventist. Where your friends is at?
Where my friend is at?
Yeah.
I don't need a friend.
Yes, you do.
Right here.
No, you need a friend. Give me Kings chapter 15, and we're going to read to you. Kings, Numbers 15. We're going to give you the scripture to show that you got to wait for. I was raised 7 days ago. Yeah, my whole life. Now, read to him, brother, so he can understand he got to wear these friends.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38.
Bring it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in their borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the border of a ribbon of blue.
The reason why they put that blue on there is because you royalties, brother. So that's why you have to do it. Keep reading. I want him to get the understanding that he needs.
Verse 39. And it should be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
So that's why we wear these fringes, so that we can keep the law, statutes, and commandments and never deviate.
Teach them, Mark.
That's what you have to do, brother. You out here on the Sabbath rolling up and down this block,
I just got back from church.
okay? Remember, you don't live in a building made with hands. You got to be out here on the slab.
Spiritually, yes, sir.
So that's why we out here. To wake up our people.
And bless the seeds I got.
Come. Just letting you know that we here for you. That's why we out here. How you doing, sister? You came to hear some word? Oh, okay. Well, we're going to continue this pace about what's really going on. Read, brother. Okay, go ahead. Don't bring it up.
Do you know who gets the kingdom? How many gates does heaven have? Do you know?
I forgot. I know, but I forgot.
You know who heaven is for? Who? Okay, I'm gonna read this to you. Revelations 21 and verse 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
So heaven's for the Israelites.
Heaven is strictly for the Israelites. Let me ask you this. What is your father?
What is my father?
Yeah. So yeah, he's considered African American, so 9 times out of 10 he's from the tribe of Judah. just like me, just like him, and just like him. You know, this is Issachar.
Issachar is Zebulon.
Zebulon. So, you know, we got our tribes out here right now. So you would be considered a Judah. That's what you are. And that's from the king's table. That's what Yahweh Shai was that people ignorantly called Jesus Christ. I'm going to let you know what color he is right now. Give me Revelations. Okay, go ahead.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 14.
Bring it up.
His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Keep going.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
That let you know. His feet was like brass, so that's the color of brown, right? And then if it's burned in a furnace, what color is it? See, that's what I'm saying. But instead, they give you this blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil, which is the Antichrist,
Bring it up.
that they call Yahweh Shai. And the guy that posed for that picture, his name is Cesare Borgia. He was a homosexual. His lover was Michelangelo, the one that painted the picture. And they changed the face of Yahweh Shai to look like this. So all these things is fake. All the things that we've been taught by these churches is destroying our people. Huh? Go ahead.
This is just going to explain that Judah is from the tribe, Jesus is from the tribe of Judah, and Judah is black. Here go the verse right here. Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
Now they telling us all them people over there in our land is the Jews. Anytime you say Jewish, or when you talk to, oh, I'm Jewish, that means something like something else. It's like, that's kind of brownish, that's kind of bluish. But we can say we Jews because we the real Jews. The only people that was really considered Jews was from the tribe of Judah. So when they come with all this different madness, trying to tell you that, oh, we're Jewish, you know, they stole your legacy and everything. And that's what, go ahead.
My family has land in Mississippi with oil on it.
Uh-huh.
Oil took over. We haven't gotten any royalties. They started to pay us eventually. They had to, like, you know, get a lease basically for the land.
Yeah.
But they changed the name of their company. They move it from country to different states.
Well, you got to remember, Edom
Same thing.
Edom is always, they whole MO, yeah, they whole MO is murder, death, kill, rape, pillage, and steal. That's their whole MO.
That's right.
They've been doing that ever since they came out the Caucasoid Mountains.
640 acres. Double that. It was double that.
Yeah.
We got back.
Yeah, so they done took your land and taken your money and heritage. But that's what they always do. That's their whole MO. They're not going to never change. They always do that.
And it's called democide.
Yeah.
It's genocide.
It's genocide. Yeah, that's what they do.
Democide is the system, politics.
Right. Now you got to remember back in, what is that, the first Crusades, when they first came down, what they did pushing Christianity, they gave you the spear, the sword, and the shield. When they start killing you, they kill your fathers, rape your mothers, and enslave the children. So that generation that came behind them ended up thinking, well, that's my daddy. So I'm going to believe what he said, even though that the ones that came before them didn't look nothing like him. When you look at an Egyptian right now, what do he look like? Yeah, it is. He don't look like the original Egyptian. Ain't black nowhere. Hair curly, got a bone structure like a Greek.
There's also a group of Jewish people who have been blackmailing the government for them to not tell us what you're trying, we all are trying to share with one another. They have gone out of their way to take the word genocide from the definition of genocide.
Right.
Take it out of the dictionary.
Right.
And it was replaced again recently, but the word was now by itself that included the definition in it of genocide.
Well, see, that's their whole thing. They try to destroy who you are, but they doing it slowly.
Yeah.
If you look at all the saints were black.
And if you stand up, they'll try to
Give me
write you
that.
off as crazy.
Give me Job 30 and 30.
Slander your name in the media.
Yeah, they don't want you to know who you are and to show you how the game they played with us. What they did to us, they know we're not supposed to touch pig at all. So they made the football out of pig skin. They made the basketball out of pig skin and the baseball glove. So every time we played sports, we was an abomination to the Most High to keep us enslaved. That's how cold their game is. So, give me that. You got that on the black skin?
Go ahead.
It's the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat.
A Jew would tell you that he was white when he told you himself that he was black. Give me that about Solomon as well. All the ones that's in this Bible were black.
It's funny they'll tell you they're white.
Yeah, because they didn't take your
They from
legacy.
another country and they look like us.
Yeah.
They still tell them to put that they're white.
Well, they done been beguiled like we was.
Because they want the numbers on paper.
Yeah, we done been. What happened to our people doing slavery? They dumbed us down so cold over a period of time. Because what they did was the first ones that came in, they just abused them. And then they knocked them off, and the children that came behind them. So every time a generation would come, you know, they would get less and less far from the truth. Give me Hosea 4:6. Go ahead and read that to us.
It's the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
That's just letting you know that Solomon was a black man. What you got for me, Al? Okay. Oh, he got it right here.
So you don't.
Oh, okay, come. Go ahead.
Hosea 4:6.
Let's go, Hosea.
Why you doing that? We just here for our people. We're not here to tell nobody else nothing, because all they doing is going into slavery.
Yeah, we
That's
kill
that.
them.
That's where they going. They going into slavery. So we here for our people to keep them from being lost.
That's right.
You got that out? Come. Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
That's right.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt not be priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Now tell me that ain't cold. Because we done walked away from these laws, statutes, and commandments and not a priest to the Most High. He done said, I'm not only going to forget you, but I'm going to forget your kids. That changed my life. When I read that, I was like, oh my God. I don't want to, I know I'm jacked up, but I don't want nothing to happen to my babies. So I had to change the way I was looking at things. It changed my life totally. To show you that all these other nations are about to be destroyed and going to slavery, go ahead and give me that.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 10.
Bring it up.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So all the ones that led us into captivity, they going into captivity. All the ones that's killed us with the sword, they're going to be killed by the sword. All these things are going to happen to them, and they're going to get it double fold because of what they did to us. The Most High, we as children, but they didn't show us no love. They destroyed. You can leave them, brother? Come. So all these things have been put upon us to keep us destroyed. So now that we've been woke up and we telling everybody to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, they trying everything to do to quiet us. They blocking us from YouTube. They taking channels down.
That's right.
They doing all these things, you know. So go ahead, bro. And like you right now, sister, because you are a Hebrew Israelite and you're from the tribe of Judah, whenever the word is being preached, You're supposed to have your head covered. And you're supposed to always wear dresses, nothing that pertains to a man. That's right there. You're doing everything that the Most High said a woman is supposed to do. Walk away from all the things that are being taught by these Western nations. You got that for me out? Give it up.
Then I got the breakdown.
All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 5.
Bring it up.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even all one as if she were shaven.
So that's saying you're supposed to have your head covered so you won't dishonor yourself. Because you're a queen. You're above everybody else. Do you realize you're the mother of this planet? But instead they put you below that. Without you, there wouldn't be no life on this planet. And they try to demean you so that you would never know who you are. Go ahead, give me that other end, Kyle.
And this is why. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
And that's in the pecking order. It starts with God being at the top, then the son, then the man, and then the woman who teach other women and children.
That's right.
That's the way it goes, all the way down. Because remember, God made Adam first, and Eve came from Adam. So after that, once you follow those rules, the Most High can't do nothing but bless you because you're doing what he said do. All your blessings will just start to flow. So, we here for our people. We're going to continually be here for our people.
Teach
Do you
her
have
how to
any
get the
questions?
kingdom.
Huh?
Teach her how to get the kingdom. Ecclesiastes.
Okay, give it to me.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13.
Bring it up.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
That's right.
That's why we out here. The day is the Sabbath.
That's right.
Instead of buying and selling, we here telling our people to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, because we're not supposed to be spending money or none of that on the Sabbath. That goes against everything that the Most High said, remember. But because we've been beguiled, we done lost focus, and we don't know who we are. We do everything that these Western nations do that's going to be destroyed. So you don't be caught up in what's going to happen, because this is what...
I thought your initial point was that we have been conditioned to be in this position.
We have been.
So
I'm saying
that wouldn't be our fault.
Huh?
That wouldn't necessarily 100% be at the cause of ourselves.
Yes.
It's,
Well,
it's
go ahead.
It's consistently.
Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Time. Well, what happens is it's not necessarily your fault, because we done been beguiled for over 400 years. But you have to read and study.
Debit cards, the way we buy gas, what percentage of that is like,
None
the way
of
we
it.
have our own economy.
Right. Until we get that.
So we would have to all put equal effort.
Yeah, we need to.
By establishing
He tell you not even to vote these people over you, but you choose to be Democrat or Republican. Huh?
Even a democracy is equal.
Well,
God is the same way.
well, they said all men were created equal, but did you ever been...
Said all sins were equal.
Exactly. You ain't never been created equal.
So we all born sinners. That's either you're God or you're not. You can't be. We are equal.
We're above everybody else.
But we as us niggas.
You truly are.
Niggas with
As a
a
people.
US, we are equal. A queen wields the power to protect the king. That makes us equal.
Huh?
Okay, right quick. What day?
That establishes that.
Oh, you mean?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got one scripture we finna give you, though. Yeah, read that.
It's a little bit different. Yeah,
It's the book.
but I have an opinion, and I've been
Yeah,
nothing respectful. I would not like for you to take my volunteering to be here as please don't.
No, I'm saying me and him.
He told me to pay attention and like wave me.
No,
away,
I'm saying
and
because we're not supposed to be. We're supposed to let.
he has the camera on me,
Yeah,
but that's not establishing. Thank you. So please don't.
Sister, we never touch
No, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about
Hey, I'm about to answer
I
your
don't think that
question.
he
What was
means
that
any
question?
harm. I'm just saying that
We always.
we are all here. Validly.
It's a curse. It's a curse.
Let me get this for you. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And that's why we in the predicament we're in now, because we refuse to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So he put us under curses. That's why we're in the position we are now.
Respecting everybody is not a bad thing. Respecting each other is not, it shouldn't be looked at as a curse.
When have you really been respected by these devils?
I demand respect.
Huh?
I demand respect.
Well, I mean, you
God
could,
told me to respect myself.
well, that's a good thing
I
to,
don't need a group
to
of
respect
people in
yourself.
order to do right. It just takes me and God. It takes me and my life experience. It takes me and what he shows me. If I saw it, I meant to learn a certain thing.
Yeah.
So I take that in as a human being. And if there is someone, whether they are the same or opposite of me, a man or a woman, and I see that they can be taught, I will teach. And I won't make one feel or leave out the information. I will give both equal.
That's why we out here. We giving up all the information that come through
It
scripture.
could be a woman that may deliver us. It could be a man. It could be a collective.
Figure that out.
And so, but God above all is our God. We just gotta walk into it because it's already right there. We just gotta.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you a First Timothy real quick.
See, we only go through scripture.
I know. I do as well. I honor
Yeah.
the word.
Right. So, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, and that's a good thing that you believe in yourself. You demand respect, because that's why we are there. We demand respect from all these other nations as
I
well.
respect all of you.
Yeah,
That's why
huh.
I'm having the conversation.
Right.
And it's no need to be angry or upset or anything. I'm just speaking
Oh,
my
never.
exact opinion, and I
Yeah.
hope that
You're our sister, so it's impossible for us to get mad and want to belittle you or talk crazy to you.
I just would like to hear. And you have given me, beautiful words and praise as a woman, and I've listened to all of that.
Yeah.
I just, want to make sure we're
We all on the same page, sister. It's the Sabbath day. We supposed to gather ourselves together. Here, read that, brother.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
So he here to save us. He's not here to save none of these other nations. So you are a queen. You're above all these other clowns that they try to force you to be like, when you're better than them. But they don't want you to know who you are. So they've steadily given us all these different scenarios upon our lives. They tried to belittle us with education. We never was really taught economics, none of that stuff.
directed because they use us for our energy.
Right. That's what they have
We still
to.
exude the same things without,
Right.
whether we know it or not.
Right.
Whether
The reason why they use you the way they do, they can say whatever they want. But we built this nation because they didn't have the ability to do it. So they had to use us to do it, like we built all these other kingdoms. So when they go into slavery, they're going to build our kingdom. And they're going to be enslaved to us for 1,000 years. That's what's going to happen to them. The scripture tell you that. What you got for me, Op? Okay? But that's what's going to be going down. And everybody that's here, that's not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, which is our people, we really pray for them. Because they're going to have to suffer the consequences of their action. Most I say, hey, do not buy and sell on the Sabbath day, but they do. They do it because they're looking at this dollar that's failing right now. The dollar is being dissolved and right in front of their face. They're going crypto and everything else. And all that stuff going to be wiped out as well. Go ahead, give me that, Op.
It's the book of John, chapter 14, verse 15.
Bring it up.
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
So that right there lets you know, the most I say, the only way you show your love to me is by keeping my commandments. If you ain't keeping my commandments, you don't love me. So that right there lets you know all the madness that's going down right up in here. That's why we came here. We're in the pit of folly. But we got to be here to wake up our people. You know what I'm saying? And it's not us. We didn't write nothing in this book. The Most High wrote it, had men write it that he taught and gave them the knowledge that they need. That's why it's so easy to tell you to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, because it's for you. It's for me. All the rest of them, we don't care what they do. We don't care.
I on my own by myself, I continue to encourage repentance.
You got to.
Let people understand that, Jesus loves you. Go to him. Understand that there's power in that if you allow it. People need to understand. That's what, having melanin is about. That's what, having vision, that's what it is that we should do that to the stuff is that we're matching the our values. There is literally value in our skin.
Oh yeah, and believe me, they're killing people and taking it.
Its weight in gold.
Right, they killing you and taking it. That's why you hear about all these black women disappearing. They taking your uteruses. They taking everything from you. They taking it, yeah, they doing that. They taking your melanin. It's amazing how much melanin costs on the black market. It's crazy. I'm for real. Yeah, I mean, and because instead of coming together as a people, we still so separated because of the curses that we're under. You know what I'm saying? I got something for you, though. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
I'm just seeing all these basketball players and rappers running around here in dresses. I'm just saying that they're an abomination to the Most High. And they don't even understand what they're doing because of the folly that they done got caught up in. A man is a man. You're not supposed to not have a beard, because that's one thing that show you who you are. And that's why you see all the brothers around here, we all wear beards. We all wear our fringes as well. Because we not only Sabbath keepers, but we the commandment keepers. We refuse to go in against anything that preach against the commandments of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
So that's why we out here for our people, But when you get a chance, sister, you can look everything up that we saying for your own gratification. But go ahead, brother.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So when you're wearing pants, you're wearing things that pertain to a man. And the Most High said his people should never do that, because you are the mother of this earth, a queen. You're supposed to dress like a queen and not show none of your curves or nothing like that to anybody else but your husband.
That's right.
And that's why he said don't do what they people do. Same thing with, give me Jeremiah 10, because we caught up in so much of their madness.
I think all of that will be in the space of protection that we need, that will be soon to come. But a woman should be putting themselves out there by wearing no dress nowadays. Your best bet is to wear some pants.
Really? It's that bad out here?
I mean, I'm just...
If a woman wear a dress, well, that's...
I'm aware of information, same as you are. You have the same ability to research as well as you just advise with me.
Yeah, that's true. I've never...
These things if you need to. But statistics, yes, you should...
Well, I see sisters wearing dresses, though.
I'm just saying that when the space and time that comes for us to be provided the protection that we reserve in order to maintain wearing dresses all the time. I mean, a lot of us, I know girls that work like, security and stuff like that.
Well, they got uniforms. That's understandable.
So, but I'm saying that it still applies because they're wearing the garments.
Well,
but in the conditioning, that is a part of it. idea, because, you know, everything else is kind of aggressive, you know, because it's at no fault of ours. These conditions. That's why we're where we're at right now.
Go ahead.
We don't control this. This ain't something we control. We just come strictly from the Bible. The Most High tell us, hey, you got to wear a dress and we got to wear pants. We wear pants. We just tell you got to wear a dress. But the thing is, it's like that's what the word says. We don't go against Scripture.
I'm just saying, according to the times, maybe focus on scriptures that are according to where we're at now, and then maybe not focus on things that.
And all these apply to us today.
People going back towards the Lord.
Everything still applies today.
But once people are encouraged to go to
Go
Jesus,
ahead.
everything else unfolds on its own for themselves. That's when a person should be having self-evaluation. You know.
Well, the thing is, it's our job to come out here and teach you how to do it the right way, like the way the Scripture
I'm not
tell
saying
you.
that though. That's not what I said.
I'm not cutting you off or saying you're not saying it right.
no,
I'm letting you
that's
know
not what I
that
was saying.
we're just saying that we teach you what Scripture says, and then all we can do is tell you. None of us up here say.
I'm asking as a listener if maybe they do the scriptures according to the times that we're in.
But
that
they
would be
do,
helpful
though.
for me. I'm just being honest. I'm trying to like share because I feel like, you know, it's important.
No, I get where you're coming
And
from.
your, you know, opinion is just as important as mine. But I just want to be included.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
And see, that's what we out here doing. We telling you because what's going to happen is everything is about to wrap up. Give me that.
That's strange dress. That's all I'm asking. I'm
That's
just
it.
want to be helpful. Like, you know, I don't want to be negative.
But no, sister, you're doing what you feel. And honestly, to tell you the truth, you know, we here for you. So whatever you're saying, we definitely listening, but we still just bringing out strictly scripture because that's the way we live. You know? Yeah. Right.
I think it's like Scripture says a man is going to come and save us. It's a man, and he's the Most High. So, like, I get that you're saying that women are supposed to be our equals.
Give me something out of those.
I mean, I'm not.
The reason why.
Thank you.
Oh no, you don't have to leave.
I don't want to bring any negative vibes.
But you're not.
We just bringing up the fact that I said that women and men are equal. That was weird. So I want to because I'm not as valuable as I
Con, understandable. Let's move on. It's folly.
Yeah, she's
All right.
That's the scoffer.
Anyway, you got that from.
it's not
It's definitely 2 and 1.
And plus, that's a Hamite as well, just so y'all know.
Okay.
That's a Hamite.
Yeah. Okay. But it's,
Yeah, I saw her face as a Hamite, for sure.
well, I could tell that you know
I'm just
she
being honest.
started tripping.
Yeah, it says what it is.
Go ahead, give me that.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So we was just telling the sister not to wear pants, and I think she got offended by it. But the Most High said, hey, he gonna bring fire on everybody that goes against these things.
This word is
Caught up
fire.
in strange apparel. So the only thing we could do out of love is just tell her. We wasn't trying to make her feel any kind of way, and we pray for that sister because she really don't know.
Con.
And that's all it is. There ain't no hatred, ain't no madness, none of that. So let's get back to the Isaiah 34, man. Pick up where you left off, because it's very important about what's happening to happen to this planet. And we got to continually tell people what the end result of this is, because man, it's coming and it's gonna be terrible. Pick up where you left off, Art.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 5. No, verse 6. For the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
So he's steadily letting you know what he gonna do to the ones that enslaved. He said, when I get through with them, it's just gonna be like I've been walking up and down in a wine press. That's how much blood gonna be over these Edomites and over all these other nations that Psalms 83 talk about, all the ones that fought against us to make our name unknown. All of this is wrapping up right in front of our face, and we refuse to hear or even listen. But when it all go down, again, like I said, he's gonna laugh at your calamity. How you doing, brother? Got time to hear the word? Got time to hear the word? Well, just remember you're a Hebrew Israelite, brother. All right. All right. You gotta wear your fringes, though. Oh, I can't
don't work
do that.
like
They
that,
gotta
huh?
show, brother. All right. Go ahead, brother.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 7. And the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness.
Man, what's gonna happen to the people, man? It's gonna be funny. It really is gonna be a terrible time for these people. What's gonna be going down on them?
That's right.
It's gonna be so simple, and all we gonna do is watch and laugh with the Most High.
That's right.
You know, most people say, "Man, that's just damn, man. Look what's going on." You'd be like, "Hey, man, they chose it. They chose it, so they gonna get what they choose." Most High like, look, if you don't love me, don't keep my commandments. That's the bottom line. But if you love me, keep my commandments. I mean, that's so plain and simple, man, and easy. Give it to me, huh? Where you at?
Verse 8. And it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of his recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Now, did y'all hear that? What they did to us, he gonna do to them because they did that to his people, Zion. I mean, good grief, man, tell me this ain't apropos. It's just a beautiful situation, man. These scriptures are beautiful. And all of this is future. It hasn't happened yet, but it's coming. It's coming. And when it do, man, I feel sorry for the 2/3 that refuse to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. How you doing, brother? All right now. Got time to hear the word? The Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah? Oh, we don't. Do we have any of the flyers? We ain't got the flyers today, brother. Yeah. But you got time to hear one verse.
I can send it to you
20
digitally.
and
If you want to give me your number, I can text it to you. I can text you the flyer if you want to give us your number.
20 and 8. That's the side.
Can you text him the flyer?
20 verse 8.
Because on my phone, I'm using it to record. Sorry,
Okay,
y'all.
brother. I got something for you, man. Because this is today. Go ahead and read that for me, bro.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Now the day is the Sabbath, brother. The day is the 7-day Sabbath. And he said, remember to keep it holy. Go ahead, brother.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it.
Now that's a command. And out of all of them, the only one he told you to remember was the 7th-day Sabbath, to keep it holy. It's very important because that's his mark that he created this planet. All of that. Everybody want to change it. They think they change times and laws, these devils. They got everybody going to church on Sunday, bowing down the crosses and everything else, man. And the Most High say, do not make graven images of any likeness of anything, or that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath. But everybody got an image that they bow down to. Yahweh Shah is a black man. He was not a white man. That everybody ignorantly called Jesus Christ. You know? And they refuse to let you know that. That's why all these churches have the face of an Edomite in front of it. Everybody got a God that looked like them, but us. The Chinese, the Japanese, they got Buddha. The Hindus got Krishna. You know, everybody got a God that looked like them but us, man. And we supposed to bow down and worship a white man. Tell me that ain't cold, man, how they did us, man. The God we got blonde hair and blue eyes. And was a homosexual. That's the cold part. And they gave you that as your Jesus. You know. And we got to get away from that. Hey, you tell me the stuff, brother. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. What you got for me, Okay, let's finish.
This is the book of Isaiah 34, verse 9.
Bring it out.
And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch.
Now you know what pitch is. Pitch is like tar. The rivers are gonna turn to that. The land is gonna be on fire, just like it happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. America's finna be burned just like that. All this is finna go to waste because they got you doing everything but what you're supposed to be doing. And everything that was right is wrong, and everything that was wrong now is right. A man can marry a man, a woman can marry a woman, or you could even marry a dog now, and it's not illegal. You know what I'm saying? Now tell me that ain't wrong, man. Everything is just upside down, and they forcing you to do it. If we spoke out against homosexuals right now, they'd be wanting to put us in jail. And all we doing is going with what the scriptures say. They done got so far away from Yahweh Shai, the Most High, to everything is upside down. What you got for me, y'all?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
That's talking about eating swine. Do you eat swine, brother? You got to walk away from it, man. Give me Isaiah 66:17. All the ones that's eating that swine, man, because you are a priest to the Most High, you have to walk away from that. All of us had to walk away from crab, lobster, shrimp, all these abominations that we ain't supposed to be eating because your body is holy. And he said, if you continue to do these things, I'm going to do this to you. Read,
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord.
So he's going to start knocking everybody off, man. He done already gave you all these diseases by eating. Everybody got high blood pressure, sugar diabetes, heart problems. All that come from eating that. You know, they give you tobacco to compound it so you smoke. All these things. Well, your body is the temple of the Most High, man, and he's supposed to live in you and keep you from all this madness but because of the things that were put on us during slavery. Because when we got off them ships, we didn't need that stuff. But the Edomites forced you to get it. How you doing, brother? All right, man. You got time to hear the word of the Most High?
Trying to get the snacks for the middleman, man.
I hear you. Well, just let you know, man, you're a Hebrew Israelite. That's who you are, man. Teach him the correct way, baby boy. Come. Bring it up.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
So they'll let you know right there, man, you above everybody else. Your temple is holy. So we're not supposed to be eating nothing that's going to defile our temple or putting anything in it.
Not turkey sausage.
I can't hear you.
Turkey sausage.
Yeah, you could eat turkey. Turkey is a clean animal. Chicken, beef, stuff like that. But the thing is, eating that swine, man, the Most High frowned on that. He created that just to clean the earth. That was not for our consumption.
Catfish, crab, no pig.
No pig, no crab, no any scavenger. Anything that scavenge, you're not supposed to touch.
No deer meat.
You could eat deer. You could eat venison.
Goat.
You could eat goat too.
Yeah.
Lamb, stuff like that. Those are all clean animals. What you got for me, y'all?
Burgers.
Look.
Huh?
What's that?
Hamburger.
Yeah. That's beef. That's beef.
These are herbs.
And these are the things in the sea you can and can't eat. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9.
Bring it out.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
He said those that had fins and scales, those are clean.
Pork chop.
No shrimp, no crab. I'm talking about the sea. Yeah. Now, right now we're just talking about
No pork, no swine.
that's swine. Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's pig. Yeah, ham, all that pig
All
ham,
that shit is nasty, man.
Go ahead, brother. Bottom pig.
Hog maw.
All that.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
So anything like crab, lobster, shrimp, turtles, sharks, catfish,
Rat.
all that, oysters, anything that's shellfish, we're not supposed to consume at all. They all bottom feeders.
Regular fish. Flounder.
A flounder is a slick fish. It don't have scales. You gotta have scales and fins. Like trout. You could eat halibut. Trout, halibut, bass, rock cod.
Flounder.
Yeah, a flounder is a slick fish. It don't have any scales. Just like a barracuda. A barracuda is slick. A shark is slick. All the slick fish you can't eat. You can eat red snapper. That's a rock cod. Anything that has fins and scales we can consume, and the Most High bless that. But anything other than that, He's not gonna bless it. He's not gonna bless it. And it's gonna start to defile your body. That's why we got all these. You see brothers now, man, can't hardly stand up. They can't hardly walk because of all the things that they can consume. You know, and okay. Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Go against God, the Most High.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All that hate me love death.
See, the thing is, when we go against the scriptures, the Most High, you done made a deal with death. You done walked away from life into death. And that's the whole thing, man. We out here for our people so that they won't be lost, man. Because if you really notice, hey, have you noticed all the earthquakes, all the tornadoes, all the tsunamis, it's destroying this planet. They're not even telling you that that big volcano that erupted in the ocean, they looking at a tsunami that hit our west coast. They don't know when, but that's all over the airway. You know that? Because it was an earthquake in the middle of the sea. It was a volcano that erupted, and it's starting to come up. So they saying, hey, we got a tsunami watch. All this stuff is happening right in front of our face, but we refuse to pay attention to what's going on. You know, what you got for me, huh? All right. Oh, we go back to them scripts, man. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, give me, no, go ahead, go on. Give me the phrase, because he got to get that understanding. The reason why we wear fringe, brothers, you notice all the brothers out here got on fringe. So we're going to read some scriptures so you can understand that. Give it to me.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in their borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders of ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
And that's what's going on. We refuse to listen to the Most High. We refuse to be, you know, everybody say, oh man, that was in the Old Testament. He say throughout your generation. Throughout your generation.
That's right.
That means forever. Forever. It's nothing new under the sun, huh? And that's why we got to continue our pace and not slow down. Now it's raining out here, but we out here because the word got to come out regardless of how we feel. We done made our body a living sacrifice to the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh. Okay, what you got for me, y'all?
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9.
Bring it up.
The thing that has been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done, it is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
So everything that go down then already happened. All we got to stay is focused.
That's right.
We out here living sacrifice for our people. I mean, we could be doing anything. The playoffs just started. Everybody looking at the game, drinking cold and doing all these things, you know. But we here for y'all because we'd rather be out here talking about the Most High than being caught up in the things of this world. We've been there already. And the Most High brought us out from under that. Because he said, look, you're a watcher. So you got to tell the people so their blood won't be on your hands. That's why we out here. So your blood won't be on our hands. If we didn't love you, we'd still be out here doing what we do. But because the Most High looked down and was mindful of us, man, it brings tears to my eyes. The Most High thought about me. I mean, man, how great is that? For him to bring you out of the folly and the madness that you was caught up in. What you got for me, y'all?
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17 and 18.
Bring it up.
Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the words at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I acquire at thine hand.
We don't want your blood on our hands.
That's right.
That's why we out here. Every man that's standing out here is out here so that your blood will not be on our hands. We want to be free from the anguish. You know, it'll bring tears to our eyes to see how the 2/3 being destroyed. But because we done told you, we'll be with the Most High laughing at your calamity. because you chose it.
Don't follow. Don't follow.
Ain't no folly, it's the truth. We out here to keep it from being tears in our eyes.
Come.
Shoot, man, we out here.
Glad you said that.
Man, you know, we love you, so we gotta be out here. But don't get it twisted. We will laugh. Because you chose. What you got for me, y'all?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 26.
Bring it up.
I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
That's the Most High talking, y'all. The ones that created you in your mother's womb. He said, I'm going to laugh at you. Because you refuse to come back to these laws, statutes, and commands. Give it to me, y'all.
Then, when your fear cometh, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 28.
Bring it up.
Then shall they, chapter 1, verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when your distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they have hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
Did everybody hear that? I think we need to at least hit that one more time because it's so serious. Give them to him one more time, huh?
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 26 through 29.
Bring it up.
I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find. For they that hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
The only thing I can do is tell you, if you're not hearing him, when you do be looking for him, you ain't going to find him. I mean, this is a drop the mic moment, for real. But we out here because we love you, and we have to tell you. You can laugh at us, you can mock us, but that's not going to stop.
Teach him, Mark.
I mean, we'd have been ran up on by gang members, homosexuals that encircled us and threw ice at us, all kind of mad.
I remember that day.
Edomites threw glass and bottles at us.
I remember that too.
All right. Got time to hit a word? All right. Well, you're a Hebrew Israelite, sister. Anyway, you know, I really wish that our people would just listen sometimes, because it could change your life. That could change your children's lives as well. So, we out here for our people, and we're going to continue to be out here. We don't want to be saying, man, I wish we could have did more. That's why we out here. When it rains, when it's cold, it don't matter. We out here. What you got for me, huh?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 20. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith.
You don't have faith in the Most High. You're living outside the confines of the commandments. So all these things, you're doing everything against the Most High. Give it to me, huh?
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy, which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanity, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
So basically what he's telling you is, because you don't listen to these laws, statutes, and commandments, I'm going to put a know-nothing people over you. A know-nothing people.
Bring that out, Doc. That's right.
I'm just saying, come on, man. We dealing with cave dwellers.
Basemen. We got basemen over us.
Man, straight up, man. Man, when you look at the table of the way they say mankind was created, by the time they starts walking upright after coming out of the amoeba, it don't look like us. It look like Edomites. Because that's who they were. Cave dwellers. Cave men. Base men. Having sex with animals. Crawling around on the ground. Yeah. Worst thing that you can deal with, boy. And then you want to be like.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, you come through, sir. Got time to hear the word of the Most High? Man. Yeah, my time is up. I'm going to give it to another brother to bring out the words of the Most High. I hope you was edified with Isaiah 34, because this is the time we living in. Come out to rock.
Come out to rock.
Don't